Dun, 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 dun. Guess who still does not have an intro song for their podcast? Me. My bad. I'm sorry. It's still very much so on my to do list. It's just not on the top priority of the list. You know what I mean? If anyone out there can help me with this, I will gladly take your help because I am self taught, trying to teach and learn all of this jazz. And it really takes time and energy and effort. And I'm running out of all of those things right now. Time, energy, and effort. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of the Mamas Podcast. I'm your host, Madison Walker. And in case you didn't know, or maybe you forgot, Mamas is an acronym that stands for Madison on Motherhood, Marriage, and Stuff. And I'm super glad that you're here. This podcast, this episode, is gonna be just a little bit different. Every now and then, I just want to do a little like, hey, this is who I am. This is what's going on. This is why the podcast got started and what motherhood and marriage has taught me so far, because that's pretty much the point, but like the point of the whole podcast. But as we get new listeners, I want to just like do a little introductory, be very open, vulnerable, let you know who I am. Let's be friends, okay? And as life goes on, I just want to update my current listeners to that. So that's the episode for today. So whether you're brand new or you've been here since the beginning, hi. I'm so glad you're here. And I hope that this episode just kind of lets you in on who I am, what I do, and why I do it, and gives you a community where you feel seen and valued and safe and heard and all the good things. Now, before we get too into it, we are going to start off with a prayer. And Mother's Day is right around the corner. It is my first official Mother's Day. I don't know how I feel about it. Such a bittersweet moment. So if you wouldn't mind joining me in a prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for the other person on the side of this podcast. Thank you for bringing them here. And today I just want to say a special prayer for all of the moms out there. Lay your hand on them, Lord. Shower them with all your blessings. Thank you for all of our moms. And I ask that if the moms are feeling tired and overwhelmed and exhausted, to just be with them. Be with them. Help give them some peace, some calm. We ask that you help give them the strength, the patience that they need. We just thank you. Thank you for bringing them here. Lord, thank you for dying for us. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for all of the moms. Please help give us strength, wisdom, and patience to continue showing up and raising your beautiful, wonderful children that you've blessed us with. Amen. Yay. All right. So why does this podcast even exist? Why are we even here? I almost forgot to film this week. Oopsies. I said almost. We're here. This podcast was born in a season where I felt completely full and completely lost at the same time. If that makes any sense. I was thick in motherhood, still am, thick in the middle of all the motherhood, trying to keep my marriage strong and alive and healthy, and trying to keep myself from falling apart pretty much every single day. If you know, we know. And I really wanted to create a space, I guess, that I needed. A space for real conversations, for messy moments, for the truth, the happy, the messy. I wanted a place where we could talk about motherhood and marriage without pretending like we had it all together all the time, because let's be honest, we don't. And that is okay. But especially, I really wanted to have a space for moms, but like stepmoms, stepdads, like any bonus parents out there. Because I didn't realize how lonely I felt until I just stopped and realized, like, wow, I feel really lonely. So I guess long story short, I created a space that I needed. And with learning more and more about parenting that I had over the last 2 years, I was like, everyone needs to know this. Everyone who's a parent needs to know this. I think before we walk out of the hospital with that baby, parents should go through and talk with me. Should anyone have this information that I have been working so hard on, I feel so passionately about. I will never forget that moment. Literally, we walked out of the hospital with my brand new baby son, newborn son. And I have been around kids my whole life. I've worked in daycares. I've been working in the profession literally for years. I've been around kids. I feel like I am one of the most probably equipped and prepared person to like have a baby. And I vividly remember getting in the pickup, getting ready to pull out of the hospital parking lot. And I looked at my husband and I said, they're just letting us leave? What? They don't even know us and they're trusting us with this life, with this baby? Is this legal? Is this even okay? I was mind blown about it. I still am. They just let us walk out of there. And I know a lot of parents feel just unprepared. Like, what is going on? What am I doing? And some of us have great support and some of us don't. Like, it is just crazy. And so I felt so passionate about this work and this information that I do. And I'm like, I could also put it on a platform, not only social media like TikTok and Instagram, Facebook, and all that kind of jazz, but then like podcasts, because I love podcasts. So maybe other people will like podcasts to just help support parents, especially step parents, to feel like you have confidence, confidence in your role. Oh, it feels so good when you feel good about your role as a step parent, but it's hard to find. Ooh, boy, is it ever. So here we are. That's how the Mamas podcast happened. That's how we got to where we are right now. We're still pretty brand new, but a little bit more about my story and who I am. I grew up in a small town. I say a small town in the middle of nowhere, but the truth be told, it's really not in the middle of nowhere and it's not that small. But if you were to ask me, I say I grew up in a small town in the middle of nowhere. I don't know why. I don't live there anymore. I since then have moved to a place where I said I would never live. Never say never. You want to know what? Every time that I have said I'm never going to do that, I've ended up doing it. Like God does have a sense of humor, so I am never going to be a millionaire. Did you hear that? Did you hear that up there? Hmm? Anyway. I live in a place now that I said I would never live, and recently I have learned about myself that I love the idea of a small town in the sense of community, but I also hate it. Just depends on the day. Some days I wake up and I love the fact that I can go to the store looking absolutely homeless and I'm not going to know anybody there. Other days I wish I could just like call the neighbor for some help or like have somebody down the street that I just know. You know, like, hey, I'm out of sugar. Could I borrow some? Like that, those kinds of neighbors, which I could. I could do that. I don't really know my neighbors. That's on me. Anyway, recently, story time. Went home to my hometown for Easter and I got voluntold to go to the store and I looked like freaking homeless, okay? And I was just not in the mood. I did not want to see anybody that I knew, and everyone and their dog was there. I was so annoyed. But throughout that whole experience, like the lines to check out were wrapping around each other. I have never seen that store so busy. But everyone was so kind. And they were letting people in front of you. Like if you had less, if you had like one or two items and you have a whole cart for it, like you let the person go in front of you. They do that. They ask how you're doing. They have small talk. They're asking like what line you're in because they didn't want to cut you. And when I was leaving the store, this old man that I don't even know, he's like, "Hi, like good morning, have a good day." I was like, "That was so nice." Where I live now, that don't happen. Okay? People don't care. They don't talk to you. They don't care if you have two items and they have 300. They are keeping their spot. They will throw elbows to get in front of you. They don't care. So, learned that about myself recently. Anywho, and then yeah, recently, like 7 months ago, I became a mom. And well, I've been a bonus mom since I was age 20, and then recently had my bio baby. And I never imagined like how much motherhood would stretch me. and not just physically or emotionally, but also spiritually and mentally. There's literally no manual for how to keep your identity when you're constantly giving yourself away to little people all day. And like, I was prepared, but I also was not prepared. I know that becoming a mom is a lot, and I've heard over and over and over again moms say, like, I don't know who I am anymore. Or there's that saying about how flamingos lose their pink when they're taking care of their kids. And then after their kids grow up, they get their pink back. So moms are like, I'm getting my pink back. I'm relearning who I am and my hobbies and what I love and all this kind of stuff. I'm being just a stepmom there for a while. We're week on, week off. So, we planned things, going out, whatever, with friends, doing all that fun stuff. Fun stuff. It's not fun anymore. On the weekends that we did not have my bonus son. And so it wasn't much of a shift. But then being a full time mom, oh my goodness. Yeah, it's 24/7 all the time. Plus, then my bonus son, like, he's 5. He takes care of himself pretty well. We're not changing diapers anymore. We're out of that. The baby needs diaper changed all the time. He sleeps, 5-year-old sleeps mostly through the night all the time. Baby does not do that. Like, these little things, I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's a lot harder to do things that you used to enjoy doing. It's not as fun anymore. I don't know what happened there. I just don't enjoy it. Or it's like, that's not even reasonable to do with the kids. So I'm just not even going to bother it. So I've learned that. What have I learned with that? I don't know. I just learned that it's a thing. That's what I've learned. And you add marriage on top of that. Woohoo. Like, truthfully, like, we haven't had a lot of time to navigate marriage in itself. We have always been parents, always. And then we had just a couple of months of being a married couple before being like full-time parents. But we've always had a kid in our picture. And I've heard and I've known that there's like the roommate phase. Yeah, it's a real thing and it can happen, and it can become reality so fast, especially postpartum and navigating a baby, because you're literally just in survival mode. And so, like, learning and navigating with marriage, that's not just about love, it's about choosing each other every single day, like, even when you're both exhausted, and being so mindful of ways that you can still take care of and like help your partner. But that's so hard when you have been taking care of somebody else and little people all day long. And then it's like, oh, I have a minute to maybe take care of myself. But then, like, haven't seen your husband all day. It's like, oh, I should, have a conversation with you. Like, how are you? How can I help you? What can I do for you? When you're just absolutely exhausted, and any energy I have left, I want to take care of myself so that I can show up and be a mom again tomorrow, because it never ends. It's it's been such a learning curve, and one of the hardest seasons we've went through is probably where we're at right now. But truthfully, I think we're killing it. Like, I think we're doing really good. We're getting into a really good groove, and I don't know what has really helped that. I think most has been communication for sure, and reminding myself that this is just a season, because sometimes it feels absolutely exhausting and so draining. But then if I just pause and remind myself that, like, it's not going to be like this forever. Like, the teething phase, whew, wow, it's not going to be forever though. Like, this is just literally, it feels forever right now. It's such a short little season. This sport season, I know that's going to be a lot longer. Are you moms with multiple kids doing sports and even possibly traveling sports? Are you okay? Because I just have one. He's 5, so we're not traveling, okay? We have a little bit of a drive, but we're not traveling. And I feel like I'm losing my mind just a little bit. Like, how are you guys maintaining your house? Any advice would be great. Please let me know, because whew, my house is a mess because we have practice. We have practice, and we have game, and we have therapy. So, like, 3 nights out of the week right now, we are gone, and then we're rushing to do dinner and all this kind of jazz. We've just taken on a lot right now anyway, but whew. Anyway, that's a lot. So probably one of the hardest seasons would be right now, but we're really getting into a good groove. And I think the only reason why we're in a good groove is because our communication keeps getting better. And I've always kind of felt like we had good communication. And then there's times that I'm like, wait, that was really good. For example, the other night It would have been Friday night. It's like 10:30 at night, and I'm finally getting my workout in. And my husband had done some stuff with his brothers. He was outside hanging out with them for a little bit, and he came inside. So I'm getting my workout in because the kids are finally down and asleep. And I had a show on, and he wanted to come in and kind of talk about our game plan for the weekend. So I paused my workout and I paused my show, and I'm listening to him, and then I just kind of cut him off mid sentence. I'm like, hey, I love you and I want to talk about this, but right now I'm having me time. And like, I just want to focus on this. So I need like 30, 45 minutes and I can come back to this conversation. And he was like, okay. He's like, yeah, for sure. And I felt kind of rude doing it. But then he came back and he was like, hey, thank you. I was like, what? He's like, thank you for telling me that. I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, you're having you time and you need that. And just thank you for voicing that to me so I can like be aware of it. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for like hearing me and understanding that. I mean, it was just a little thing that like in the moment I was feeling kind of annoyed. Like I had to pause my workout and I had to pause my movie. And I'm like, I'm just trying to get this done because getting a workout in sometimes is hard and I just want to stop and I don't want to do it. I want to go to bed. But I was like, I want to do this. I gotta do this. But him being like, thanks for telling me that, and me being like, it's okay for me to prioritize myself too and just like tell him I need some time is okay. And it was just like a cool like aha moment. Anyway, our communication is getting a lot better in just so many different ways. And also talking about like when we need help or how I need help. Like, can you do this? Communication, communication, communication. Oh my gosh, so much communication. Um, Random question that just kind of came to my mind. Do you think that would you say it's a valid statement to say that most, if not all, moms are the default parent? And why would you say that? Like, please, somebody tell me. Put it in the comment. Like, please. Is it just me? Like, and I don't mean this in a mean way, okay? But like, I am the default parent, but I also am like, have I done that to myself? Because I like to know what's going on. I like things to be planned. I like to be on time. I am very quick to like, no worries, I can take care of it. Don't worry, I got it. So like, have I just done it to myself? Yeah, probably. But then we go through these times where I'm like, I could use help, and my husband's like, well, you didn't ask. I'm like, you're right, I didn't. I could use my words. I'm an adult. I should be emotionally mature here to ask for help. But then I'm like, because I'm like, nobody's asking me. So why do I have to ask? When no one's asking me to do it, I just do it. But if I don't do it, it's not getting done. Anyone else feel like that? I could just use some validation, I guess, or let me know how you're navigating that. Could use some advice, I guess. Or maybe you're like, yep, I feel the same way. Anyway, moving on. Life behind the mic. That's me. A day in my life? What does a day in my life look like? I have no idea because it's never the same twice. Some days I feel absolutely amazing, like I'm a superstar. Like 2 days ago, I got up earlier. I got a workout in. I got myself ready. Cute outfit, the whole 9 yards, okay? Got the kids ready, breakfast, out the door, ready for school on time. Like, who was I? I was on fire. And then there's other days where I'm hardly even functioning and I'm wondering if coffee counts as a food group, which I say yes, it does. Especially because I oftentimes will put a core protein shake in my coffee. It has 45 grams of protein. That's great. That's good. But no 2 days are the same. I will say though, in this whole like sense of navigating everything, I've really been relearning who I am and what I like and what makes me feel good. And one thing I love to do is my nails. I did them today. It takes time and energy and effort, but I love having them done. So I try to make that a priority. I also really enjoy coffee right now. I'm loving it. It's my guilty pleasure. I'm like obsessed with a white mocha with cold foam, sweet cold foam, and caramel drizzle. Mmm. My dad said I could take his old espresso home, like machine. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna learn how to make them myself at home. I'm so excited. But that is something I do for myself. I'm getting my hair done tomorrow and I'm so nervous and I'm so excited. I haven't got my hair done over a year because it's just money and I'm like, I don't need to spend it. But I am so much in just a space in like a season right now of finding myself and feeling good. Also did a little shopping spree and I forgot how much I love getting ready and putting myself together and having little outfits. It makes me feel so good. But I'm still really learning how to carve out space for myself and my marriage and my faith. And it's all work in progress because once I get into a good groove, something changes. Because that's just a season of life we're in right now. But we're working on it. Random fun fact about myself, too. I talk to myself a lot, especially in the car when I'm driving. That's like my prime Jesus time. We'll just have full on conversations. Or I rehearse and talk about these podcasts. And that's where a lot of this stemmed from, is that I just talk to myself and I'm like, this is somebody else should be listening to me right now because this is good stuff. I was like, put in a podcast. But there are times where I'm out in public and I'm like talking to myself in my head, but then I get worried that I'm saying it out loud. And I'm not sure if I did or not. I don't know. It's fine. Um, so yeah, I like doing my nails. I'm really enjoying coffee right now. Starting to get in the groove of working out. I really do enjoy working out. It's just finding the time and energy to do it. But once I do it, I love it. I'm so proud of myself. So proud of myself. Some things that I'm still learning, everything. Shocker. Uh Even with this whole parenting stuff, like some days I feel like I should have all the answers, have it figured out, but no, it's not the truth. And I don't ever want to pretend like I do have it figured out because I'm still learning how to let go of control, how to ask for help, and how not to lose myself in the roles that I carry. Yep. A quote that I currently really like is, "You are allowed to be both a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time." That's literally motherhood and marriage, and that's me to a T. Because you're allowed to be a masterpiece and still work in progress. We're never going to be perfect, especially when it comes to parenting. And like that's perfect within itself. But with this whole sense of parenting, like I am constantly in this information and relating it to my life because we are constantly needing it. But the sense of like letting go of control is crazy and hard sometimes because I like things to be clean and I like things to be done a certain way. And I've really started to learn, like with parenting, I just keep my mouth shut sometimes. Like, let them figure it out, let them have fun, let them get messy, let them do it. Even though I'm gonna have to clean up the mess and it's gonna be more work for me. That's like where my brain goes. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay if it's done a little bit differently. And how I do it is not the perfect, it's not always the right way to do it. How my husband does it, it's gonna get done and it's still gonna be great. That's okay. Asking for help. I kind of said this earlier, but like I'm horrible at asking for help. I hate it. I hate asking people for help. And I think it stems from this fear of if I ask for help, then I don't ever want it to be used against me later down the road. Like if somebody wants to help me, I just hope that it's from a genuine place and it's not like I just don't want it to be used against me. I don't know how else to say that. But I'm getting better at it. Like I don't have to do everything by myself. I don't have to carry everything on my shoulders. I can ask for help. Even last night, oh my gosh, I had dinner with some teacher friends and I came home and I picked up ice cream for my husband and I needed to pump. So I'm sitting on the bed, like holding my pump. I'm trying to one hand open my ice cream. And he's like, "Do you want some help?" And I was like, "No, I got it." And I'm literally struggling to open this thing. And he just takes it and he opens it all the way. Because I, I was not going to get it one handed. I don't even know. And he's like, why don't you just let me help you? I'm like, I don't know, I could do it myself. I didn't want to, you know, make you work. It's fine. He's like, I'm just gonna start doing it for you. I'm like, honestly, it's probably the best thing to do sometimes because I'm awful at asking for help. And yeah, not losing myself in the roles I carry, like being a mom. It literally can just be like, that's all that I do. That's all that I am. I hate is a strong word. When I spend all day doing like laundry or dishes and cleaning, and then at the end of the night, you can't even tell. Like, what in the actual heck? I hate that. Like, after I clean something, I'm like, don't even go in there. Don't even touch anything. We are ordering food tonight. Nobody's touching the kitchen because it was clean. And I just want to stay that way for at least an hour. Like, nothing drains me more than when I've literally exhausted myself taking care of the house and then you cannot even tell. Whew. That is a lot. That's exhausting. So that's just a little bit about me. what I do. I enjoy this space, and I hope that this space means something to you because it means a lot to me. And I hope that we can just create a community where we're open and we're just truthful and we're vulnerable about all the things and we find connection in that. So if you related to anything in this episode today, if anything spoke to you, will you share it with me? Will you comment? You can comment on Spotify, you can comment on the YouTube, you can comment even if I like take little snippets of this on TikTok, you can comment. Send me a DM, like anything. Share me your story. Like my DMs are always open. If anything in today's episode spoke to you. And if you know a mom friend, if you know somebody who is navigating this area, maybe who feels stuck, maybe they're feeling kind of stuck in the roommate phase of their marriage, or they're just like, all I am is a mom. Maybe they're a stepmom or stepdad, like anyone that you can think of that might enjoy this episode, please share it with them. Please. Let's continue to grow our community and grow this area. So I thank you guys for being here. Next week we'll probably be back with a little bit more of our like structured, me like teaching you something episode, all that kind of fun stuff. Be on the lookout and be prepared because I am working very hard on getting a course put together. And if you're not, you will want to go ahead and get into my Facebook community, which you can find through any of my links on social. Click on the link in my bio. It should bring you right there. If not, you can also look up the Conscious Parent on the Facebook group. It's a Facebook group. Answer the questions, please. Just a couple. Answer them. I'll get you approved in. If you need help, ask me. I can send it to you directly. But I will be offering exclusive deals, especially like first to my people in my group. So you're going to want to get in on that so you can get your hands on any deals that I have to offer. Because once I get this done, I'm telling you, we are going to be hitting the floor running. Like, you're going to see me everywhere and you're going to be annoyed, but it's going to be good. Lots of good things to come. So thank you for being here. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And until next time, aim straight, shoot straight.